which initiated for developing and also detecting the disability talent.
Disability talent. Thank you.
So I think now you can also introduce yourself and introduce yourself.
Okay, thank you. My name is Ernesto Tizel. I'm CS supervisor. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Elise. I'm the CS team leader.
Communication officers. I think those who received before there is another person who is coming. Isa? Yeah. Kizera is also a member of SIAS in charge of projects. Those projects. But you have a founder who is Dr. Mohamed Buheli. Mohamed Buheli is the founder of this institution. He's now abroad and he will be coming soon. So he's the founder of the institution, and we will show you the different parts of our institution, the library, the classroom. So after the session, we will have that time. Yeah. So we can now start. We of course use the participatory approach. And participatory approach aims at sharing different ideas in terms of poverty elimination and social welfare. These are very important topics. Me who is teaching you, as I said, I've been lectured at the University of Rwanda in the Department of Governance and Development for quite many years, 14 years now. Yeah. And this is an important course because we think that poverty is something that can bring stress in humanity, in human life. When you are poor, you are stressed, you are burdened with a lot of issues, so we have to fight against poverty. But how can we do that? It is, there is different approach. We shall learn from different theories, but also we shall learn from some successful stories, for instance, in Singapore, or even in Rwanda, we have also some successful stories. But there are some other societies also which have a lot of achievements. Yeah. But what is then what is then poverty elimination? What is poverty elimination? And can poverty be eliminated? That's another problem. Can we eliminate poverty? Yes, there are people who achieved that. If there are some people who achieved that, we can learn from them. And then, can we build social welfare? What is social welfare? What is social welfare? Brother? What do you understand by social welfare?
Social welfare. It's like where people have good life.
Where people have good life. Well-being.
Yeah, well-being.
Yes.
In terms of food security.
In terms of security, in terms of psychology, psychological stance, the mind, yes.
That's what I understand about social welfare.
Yes.
It's in terms of standard of living.
Yeah, the standard of living of the people. The standard of living. So when we talk about social welfare, we can also talk about welfare of the community or welfare state. Welfare state is a state which improves the life of the people. So when we talk about social welfare elimination, social poverty elimination and creation of welfare, we normally base our presentation on the following 3 points. The first one is poverty elimination. Poverty elimination. And the second one is on participation or work or action that help to eliminate poverty. We will see different cases. The other one is about the models, some successful models that we see in different countries, different situations. Yeah. I think we have also Zoom participants. How many Zoom participants do we have?
There are 2.
There are 2? Okay. Yeah. I don't know whether we have them self-introduced, but can you kindly introduce them shortly?
Okay.
Who and who?
I think they can hear you, they can introduce themselves.
If you put them loudspeaker so that the others can understand as well. Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah, can you kindly introduce yourself? Okay, no problem. They will, as they join Zoom, our Zoom, they will introduce themselves as well. Make sure we have them.
It's called Zebra.
Yeah, Zebra, yeah. Yeah. Zebri is, I think, is agriculture. Very good. So, when we talk about poverty elimination, some people say, no, you cannot eliminate poverty. Why? Because they expect that the poor will always work for the rich. So if you eliminate poor people, well, no, I mean poor people, if you eliminate poverty, not to eliminate poor people, that's bad. If you eliminate poor people, I mean poverty, not poor people, then they think they will lose money power. That was referred to most of people who used to exploit others. You remember in slavery? Slavery, do you remember? Some American and Canadians were afraid if we abolish slavery, they will not have free workers. But they did abolish slavery. Indeed, they did. And still they developed faster than even. Yeah? Even in Rwanda, we tried to abolish Chakara. And people were thinking, oh, many people are going to lose workers. No. It is just giving the right to the poor people to be independent and progress as you are. And still you drive goes on and it's a mentality change. So people think that if you remove poverty in the population, we will lose people money powers and no. Normally, God gives you the alternatives. I mean, you progress on. This is what we call inclusive governance and development. Inclusive development. Inclusive. So, the first step we need to think when we are talking about elimination of poverty is that mentality change. That if poverty is eliminated, then people who are dependent on us, whom we exploit, will go and we will lose manpower. No! That is a misconception. Because Americans stopped slavery, but they continue to develop. Canadians did so. Rwanda did so. We stopped working in the economy, and still we are developing. There is no problem about giving rights to the poor to develop. That's it. The very first point to talk about. So when we are talking about poverty, who can define me? What is poverty? Yes? What is poverty, Edison?
And say poverty is when the human being has an insufficient of basic needs.
Insufficiency. Insufficiency. That's a big problem. You can even read some of our paper published. Recently we published a paper. I published it with Dr. Buhegi on self-sufficiency in Rwanda. You can Google it and find it. Just you can Google it and find it. Self-sufficiency. Rwanda self-sufficiency mechanism. You raise a very good point. Sufficiency. Insufficiency. And what is insufficiency? What is insufficiency?
Myself insufficiency. Lacking of something.
Lacking of something. In terms of poverty, what is insufficiency, my brother? Isn't it, the name again is
The cast.
Descartes.
Okay.
Descartes. What is insufficiency then?
I think insufficiency is the point where you are not satisfied with what you have. You feel the lack of.
You lack of something. In terms of economy, what is insufficiency? The name again, madam, is GDP. When GDP depends on foreign aid, you mean? Production is very minimal. Yeah. Very good. Very good.
Yes.
Will you remind me your name?
Sorry?
The name is Claudine. So Claudine says when the GDP is low, when the GDP is low. What is the GDP of Ghana? For instance, because we are a small country, we cannot compare with US. Maybe GDP per capita. We call it GDP per capita. GDP, why we say per capita? Because per person. Per capita means per head or per person. Yeah? The GDP means the gross domestic product. In French, we call produit intérieur brut. Cyangwa se umusaruro mbumbe w'igihugu w'abaturage. The GDP. The GDP per capita, sometimes we add something called PPP, purchasing power. Usumbane mugu, ubushobozi bwo guhaha ku isoko. Yeah? Guhaha ku isoko, for instance, if I take this bag of Mugiva, how many eggs can I put inside? And how many tomatoes can I buy? And how many kilos of beans I can afford? That is what you call PPP, purchasing power. So when we take Rwanda, for instance, when we calculate Rwanda on GDP per capita, we find like 950 US dollars. But when we call it purchasing power parity, ubushobozi bw'abanyarwanda kujya ku isoko, it reaches 2,300 USD. Ibihumbi bibiri amafaranga magana n'amadolari magana umuturage umwaka kariya. And if I can repeat what Claudine mentioned, if you look at the PPP per capita of Rwanda, we can say the whole country is very poor. Because other countries have beyond this. Like Singapore, they have 70,000 USD GDP per capita. Singapore, it's a small, very small country. It's like a district of Rwanda. But it has a lot of money. You will learn from ISA, for instance, the experience of Singapore. So when we are talking about Singapore, how did Singapore eliminate poverty? We shall learn from him what Singapore contributed to the community and what people from Singapore contributed to themselves. develop themselves. Qatar, they have like 65, I think, or maybe even 70. 75, I think, I don't remember well. USD per capita, GDP per capita. Qatar. Now you can check online and tell me what is the GDP of Qatar. So it means our GDP, we are not self-sufficient. Means we are poor. According to the president and the team, it means we are poor. Other people are aware that we are poor. Very few. If they were aware, they could work hard. But many Rwandans, we don't have measurement of readiness yet in the community. But maybe as SIAS team, we can set up measurement of readiness in the community. Yes, sir. Take note on that. We can start thinking of that. We can create quantitatively the readiness level among the youth or the old or the productive community. This can be very innovative because most of Africans, they accuse us to be very lazy. To be very lazy. Abantu benshi baturega ko abanyafurika dukize Imana duha ibintu byose ariko turaba. Did you get the paper on self-sufficiency? No. You can also have some on our posters. It's a recent one. Yes, on self-sufficiency. Others also can have. It's very important to understand the context of self-sufficiency. Really, now look we download the organization. Very important point. Self-sufficiency ni kimwe mu bintu mubifatika ushobora gukora. Niyo pepa tanditse aro tuvuga ku bijyanye na GDP, kubijyanye n'ubuhinzi, igihugu cya Ethiopia mu rugero, igihugu kiri mu bihugu bifite issues of self-sufficiency. Ethiopia igihugu kinini ariko 60% ya budget yayo yose iva hanze. Gusa gusabiriza ibihugu kugira ngo babashe guhemba abakozi, babashe kurya, babashe natwe twari dufite iki kibazo mu myaka ishize. Ubu nibura tugeze kuri 40 wenda 47% cyangwa 8% of dependence from outside. We are trying to change the mind that you have to rely on foreigners. So, Ethiopia depends mostly on food products. They have to get tons of wheat to feed the people. Bagomba kubona ingano utagira umubare. Ingano nyinshi cyane. Ni ngombwa babona ingano nyinshi cyane zivuye hanze. Ukraine, for instance. Ukraine yagize intambara, when Ukraine had war, Ukraine yari mu ntambara, byaragoranye cyane kugira ngo Ethiopia ibashe kubaho. Turakura ingano zo kurya. Because they are not self-sufficient muri agriculture. So kugira ngo u Rwanda tugere ku rwego rwa twakora kawunga n'ibindi bintu nuko twe dufite lack of self-sufficiency. You can read it in my paper published in 2016 on benefit cost analysis of Rwanda integration in the East Africa. Since 2007, Rwanda didn't produce anything. everything kawunga amavuta yo gukaranga uzi ko abanyarwanda bakunda gukaranga cyane. Rwanda is like to fry I mean cooking oil every day. You take cooking oil. It's a shame that we didn't have cooking oil in the whole country except importing from Uganda. Food from Uganda, manufacturing products like water and whatever was from Kenya, and the country was totally poor. Now we are starting to progress and see how we can develop. Yeah, but this is a very big challenge we have when you talk about. So Claudine raised a very important point: sufficient. Yes. But we will see that kwihaza kwigira. Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yes, doctor.
Maybe I should also help or contribute
Yes.
this debate
Yeah.
poverty.
Yeah. Make sure that it is heard. Yeah, very well. Because
There is a lot of literature there talking about poverty.
yes.
But of course, we also have a context, and we need to understand poverty in our context.
Yes.
But let me raise this issue of approaches to understand what is poverty. As the definition, we have kind of 4 approaches. What I've been discussing is, I would say, it is a monetary approach. We refer to how much money, capital income, is GDP, how we can also satisfy basic needs, self-sufficiency, all these concepts. But we refer to money. How much money does Rodin have to satisfy his needs? Alice, any person, yeah? And there are also other approaches which are less monetary.
Yes.
I will use 3 of them. One is participatory approach.
Yes.
Participatory approach to understand poverty. And in Rwanda participation, today we are not talking about abagenerwabikorwa and beneficiaries. We are talking about our bikorwa. How much
The stakeholders.
partners, stakeholders, how much are we participating in this process to eliminate poverty? Beneficiary versus, can use partner. I think a partner is, that's necessary. Partner instead of stakeholder and partner, they go together. But if you use a partner there, it's much better. I think. Partner. We are partners in this process to eliminate poverty. Another approach, this one is an approach, a big one, can be developed. Yeah? And we can also use social exclusion. These concepts of inclusion, exclusion. Are we all included, or there are groups that are left behind? This is a policy of no one left behind. In education, also in development. If you just ignore some groups saying if they die, it's okay, doesn't mean everything. This contributes to higher levels of poverty. Yeah. And another one, social, you understand that concept of social exclusion, including everyone in that process. Yeah. There is another one which is a little bit complicated, but which also can help us to define poverty. I think you know it from Amartya Sen. The capability approach. Functioning, doings and beings, which brings also this concept of being and so on. Yeah?
Exactly.
The capability approach, the participatory approach, the social exclusion approach, and then the monetary approach. If we use these 4, we have understand, and we understand the concept of poverty, be able to measure it using one perspective or the other, If you use the monetary, we will see, as you're comparing Qatar and Rwanda and Singapore, and see with these figures, statistical rates. But there's also another one. You may have money, but socially excluded. All the people, let me also use the concept of vulnerability in this.
Yeah.
All the people, they may have been of the same age.
Yes.
But if they are in a society that does not discriminate them,
Yeah.
their welfare is obviously protected.
Yes.
But if they are in a society where no one cares,
No one cares.
you understand, they are obviously vulnerable. Anything can kill them. You understand this comparison? So I think, yeah, this is my conclusion.
Very good contribution, yeah. Because we have to look at approaches. Sometimes we used to have.
I've shared with you the paper of Katerina Geri,
Yes.
which has these 4 approaches.
Yes.
It's
Please do share with us. Yeah. When we talk about, for instance,
also share with you if you have email.
email, yeah, you can. We share emails, yes. And yeah, definitely. When we talk about, these are very important points, Doctor, because they are very important in the sense that when we were in a round table here with our founder, Dr. Buhegi, we talked about financial and non-financial assets or capital. We called financial and non-financial capital or assets. Of course, we can find even more with his paper on financial and non-financial assets. You can be an orphan without money and without land and without house. But maybe you are lucky enough to have your grandmother near you. And your grandmother take you, or someone else, take you at home. Then you are adopted as like his child. So it means you are benefiting from grandmother's
Also the society at large.
Yes, and the society at
You are
large.
not discriminated.
So, yes, yeah.
You are given some
Very good
benefits, health benefits. You can even take the case of genocide survivors.
Yes.
Imagine if the government was not caring for
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
They would have been more vulnerable.
Yeah.
But then the government decided to educate them, give them health and...
And this decreased the vulnerability.
Exactly.
Thank you very much for that contribution. So, yes. When we talk about assets, for instance, you remember what you call social capital. Social capital in development theory. Social capital is very important. You cannot have maybe 5,000 Rwanda money, but you can call your colleague, your classmate, or your colleague, or your neighbor, he provides 5,000 for you. And that's the social capital. Most of our countries, where money is not enough, most of people live on social. That is the capitalization of social network. So when we talk about poverty, what is poverty? State of disposition. One actually fit. Sure. Disposition actually fit. Namienda, namwito, nta nzu, nta byose biza mu bukene. Disposition. Iki ubukene, state of disposition, lack of material, lack of land, lack of other resources, lack of money, lack of access to funding and opportunities, and lack of support. There's too much doing that. Lack of support. when people don't have support, they are vulnerable, as Dr. Was mentioned, Dr. Charles was mentioned. There is always problem of vulnerability when people are not supported. By the way, we have, because this institute is under bigger institute, an inspirational economy globally. So they have what they call economy of elder economy of old people. Yeah, the vulnerability of old people, as you say, it's very fitting. You can even write a paper on it and you publish it. Yeah. It's a bigger, this is CIAS is under inspirational economy network global. We operate in 11 countries globally. For instance, in Europe, I think Dr. Charles knows that the old people, most of them are kept in a bigger house as a community. And there was damage.
Retirement houses.
Retirement houses.
Senior high.
Yeah.
That was senior high.
Yeah. Which died. But in Rwanda we don't have that. Icyo dufite mu Rwanda wenda umuntu ashobora gusaza umwana we akamutwara iwe kuko batakibasha kwigaburira kwitekereza kwikenyeza nk'uko biri iwe batakibasha kwikenyeza. Okay, umwana akagutwara aho dushobora gukuramo research. Ese babana batwaye ababyeyi, abo babyeyi bo bari fit, abo babyeyi b'abasaza n'abakecuru ese bari fit, bameze neza muri urwo rugo tuye, naho bibyara ikindi kibazo. Ushobora gusanga batameze neza na gato. Kubera iki? Ababyeyi nimba batakita no ku bana bato b'impinja akabayasigaye. Ese ababyeyi bo bazabitaho? No. These are the key problems we have. The change of society and the development. Very good. Billion people worldwide live on less than $1 a day. 1 billion. One? That's terrible. How many billions of population do you have on Earth? 7 billion. Thank you. It's about 7 billion. And Africa is almost 80 something or almost 900 million. So soon we are also 1 billion. China as a country have 1.5 billion, I think. 1 billion. They have population more than the whole African population. So we are 7 billion, and 1 billion among the 7 billion live under 1,000. More frankly, you almost. More frankly, you almost wire them, but take this is a big problem. Kandi muri aho ngaho muri 1 billion harimo n'abanyarwanda benshi. So when we talk about 153 million orphans exist in the world. In 2024, I think 153 million orphans, something bigger. Something bigger. It's almost 1 in 10 kids globally. Almost statistics. Is orphan, having no parents. So how do we take care of those? This statistics of SOS. Worldwide, there are 168 million child laborers. Abana bikorera amatafari, abana basarura imyaka, abana baragira inka. I mean, those are child laborers. Child laborers. Accounting for 11% child. Anhura Butale, and then I met there a very young girl, almost at the age of my years. She was studying in primary 4, primary 5, primary 4. Yikorera amatafari umwana w'umukobwa aza kuza ku birombe kwikorera amatafari iwacu niko babansaga. Then the mother is a drunk, the father is a drunk, they always like beer. Then the child akagomba kuboneka yari uko yaje kwikorera ikibabaje. What is amazing, the child of 9 to 10 age or 11 age also is the brilliant child in class. From 1st to 5 children, the best performers in class. And then she's stressed by the problem of mindset of the parents. Many people are poor because of mindset. We have a lot of writings on mindset here. Also. Mindset change. In our library, there is a point on mindset change. And Dr. Page have written a lot about mindset change. And I told her, please, whenever you have time, come home, we'll give you notebooks, we'll give you clothes, we'll share with you, whatever we have. But not going back to that place. Kuko bashaka kumuhohotera, bashaka kumubatinga. And the mother is always drunk at the evening. Is it? Benshi muri mwe bateye imbere kubera mindset nziza z'ababyeyi cyangwa za society cyangwa se baba bafite responsibilities. So when we talk about child labor, in most developed nations like Europe, when a child is heavily under the problem of labor, the government taking charge. What? Itiramufata ikagenda ikamurera ababyeyi icyo gihe bari responsible. But the children's rights should be respected. So poverty situation in Rwanda, that 8 living below poverty line, abantu 38 baba munsi y'umurongo w'ubukene. They live below poverty. 38%. You can add percent. And the poverty line by the time was 1.9. Now the poverty line increased. It is no longer $1.9. Almost 2,000 Rwanda money. Now, the poverty line was increased to 2.1, meaning 2,150 poverty line. Umuturage ntabwo yagombye kurya amafaranga ari munsi y'ibihumbi 2,150 ku munsi. Mu kwezi umuturage yagombye nibura guhembwa angahe? yatajya munsi y'umurongo w'ubukene. Ni bamwe bahembwa 60 bakiza nsanga bamwe 20 wenda akaba ufite izindi benefit, ariko still we are having many people living under poverty. We have inequality of 4.2. This is Rwanda. Ubusumbane kandi n'ibice iyo tubuze ubusumbane tubuze Gini coefficient. Gini coefficient you are calculated between 2 to 5. Cyangwa se 20% to 50%. 2 to 5. N'igihugu gidafite ubusumbane, the country with less inequality, for instance, is Belgium. Belgium has 2.5. It's almost equality. N'igihugu kidafite ubusumbane buri hejuru cyane. No mu bishara no mu buzima busanzwe nta busumbane. Iyo urebye igihugu cyacu kiri kandi n'ibice bibiri, haracyarimo ikibazo cy'ubusumbane. And the inequality is a big problem. It creates other stress. Usanga hari abateye imbere cyane n'abakennye cyane. This is problematic. Niyo mpamvu ubona leta igerageza gushyiraho ubudehe kugira ngo igabanye, but is policy of ubudehe enough? Probably not. Urbanization. Gutura mu byaro nabyo tubibara mu bukene. Ko iyo utuye mu cyaro, ivuriro riri kure, ishuri riri kure, nabaye mu cyaro nawe kujya kwiga ugakoresha isaha yose y'urugendo. Ni ikibazo gutura mu cyaro. Ibihugu byinshi bikangurira abaturage kujya mu mujyi kugira ngo barwanye ubukene. For instance, China encourage people to come to the city. Country like Germany, they have been encouraging people to come to the city. That is what we call urbanization. And urbanization in Rwanda is only 18.4%. 18.4%. That is urbanization in Rwanda. Bivuze ngo abanyarwanda basigaye baba mu byaro bangahe ku ijana? 80 baracyari benshi. Nubwo byaro bigenda bitera imbere nabyo ubwabyo, aho byo mu muriro mu santere, ariko ni benshi bakiba mu byaro kandi ntabwo babona ubuzima bwiza mu byaro. Mujyi at least. $263 million of children and youth are out of school. This is global. An estimated 61 million primary school-aged children are out of school, and of them are gays. 53 are gays. Another definition of poverty is shameful life. Yeah, one by panel, that's a shameful. Yes. Umuturage yagiye kunywa inzoga iyo bitabaretse ntabwo bakucana bwira abandi babona ngo baretse. Shame. Yayinyweye kuko no alternative. Yeah, you see? Just with a shame. Nigga masters, you especially Europe. About okay. So ubukene ni ukuba wakwambara inkweto zituma uba shameful. Ni urugero batanga. nahoze ndeba hano mwese nta n'umwe wazanye inkweto bita bodabo. Bodaboda murazizi? Why didn't you come with bodaboda? It is the cheapest shoe. First. The secondary thing is that bodaboda are not modern. So people choose at least the modern shoe. Akazana iyo yumva ari ijyanye na acceptability muri society. Either akagerageza kugaragara neza. Nahoze ndeba muri mwe nta n'umwe wazanye umwenda urimo ibyondo. Kitwenda yahuye nabyo mu nzu. Ariko nta n'umwe. There is nobody. Because he is, or you are able to clean your clothes. You are able to afford soap. So poverty is also defined as a shameful life. All destitution, all deprivation. Or maybe defined as lack of what? Lack of basic needs. Lack of basic. And as you can see, the basic needs here are breathing, homemaker, and food, and access to water, and shit. In our paper we've talked about, you can find that there are many people who cannot access drinkable water in 30 minutes in rural areas. So most of them rely on the source from the stream in the rivers. So they walk, for instance, 45 or 1 hour to get water. This is a hindrance to education. That is why UNICEF was publishing this. Because children lose much time going to fetch water. That's problematic. Shelter, clothing, sleep. If you pass the whole night without sleeping, it's poverty. It means you are stressed, overstressed. Health, that's the second need. After this, you need at least health, you need employment, you need property, you need family and social stability. The recent statistics shows that among the youth, 20% of people among the youth doesn't have jobs. It means they lack some of the basic needs. Employment, social stability. Social stability is when who can tell me what is social stability? Yeah? What is social stability, brother? The name again is?
My name is Roman.
Suman, yeah?
I think social stability is when the society have security. I think they have well-being, like health,
Yeah.
something like that.
Exactly. But social stability also means something, not only well-being. Yes, Beris?
I can try. You can say that social stability is the being able to stand in the community independently. The act of having networking and integrate the social in the common society.
Yes, I mean, having no trouble, no fee.
Exactly.
Yeah. Having no big number of divorces, that's also instability. Yeah. Creating stability, divorces. And in Rwanda we have increasing number of divorces this time. Do you know the percentage now? What is the percentage of divorce in Rwanda? 44%. 44% of married couple divorce nowadays. Social stability. Formal. These are formal statistics. Those are who goes to court. The informal is huge, I think. The informal ones, it's huge. You are right. And then you have the other third level of needs. Love and belongings. Who doesn't care about being loved here? Nobody. So everybody have rights to love and to be loved. And the belonging to be accepted in a society community. And you can see that most of the basic needs we think it's just physical needs, water, food, but most of other needs are psychological related. That is why psychology is mostly attached to development. So, poverty elimination. When we talk about poverty elimination, we are talking about different activities that target to abolish poverty and misery associated to it. At individual level, at community level, at country or global action against destitution and deprivation, and so on and so forth. So all activities that can empower human being to at least achieve the basic and secondary and third needs according to the pyramids of needs above, including material and psychological as well as social needs. So different activities that can help people to get the basic needs, the secondary need, and the third need is an act of development. So therefore it's an act of alleviating poverty. It is an act of alleviating. So, who can tell me the activities you have in Rwanda that can at least, or from the community level or individual level, that are responsive to these activities? Bivuze yuko n'umuturage uhinze, even a peasant person who plants cabbage is decreasing poverty. Even a person who buy chicken at the market to improve the number of chicken at his home or house is alleviating poverty. Maybe at his level, but trying to fight against poverty. When an NGO or plant an avocado, for instance, 1 tree, or 2, or 3, or 5, or 10, they are decreasing poverty because there will be some people who will need to buy and eat those avocados. And that is an activity of eliminating poverty. When you build the house by yourself or for yourself or for other people, you are eliminating poverty. So, for us as SIAS, you don't have to start at bigger things. You can even start with little. But answering those needs is a mechanism of alleviating. So, tell me different activities you do by yourself or you see the community does, which eliminates poverty. We start with Muiba.
For myself, something I do for eliminating poverty,
Yes.
just I save
You save some little money.
some little money, and I used to, because I'm carpenter.
You are a carpenter.
Yeah, I used to find job, and sometimes when I get money, I sell something
Yes.
for
For-
the business.
for the rain.
Yeah.
For the rainy days, you can save something for the rainy. Mumisi mi, mibi, iminsi mibi ije, ujya kureba aho wabitse twa duceri. You get the point? You get the point? For rainy days. Yes, Elise? If you go to eliminate poverty?
For me, I do in the rural area for be a mentor, and I get the money from be mentor.
You get some money from mentoring people.
Yeah.
So you try to eliminate poverty to others, mentality poverty, but also you eliminate your own poverty. So you do double jobs of elimination. And I like that. The second thing, maybe you start. The third thing, you managed to buy a nice cloth, nice suit. That deserves elimination of poverty, as we say, because it answers the basic needs and other needs. Protein. Okay. We will come back to you. Yeah, you do. Is you initiated that or you joined the team? Which one? You initiated it.
Yeah.
You are a founder of that.
Yeah.
You clap for her. That's a very good project. Yeah.
For myself also, I buy some there, then after I sell it.
You said you buy land. You sell it.
Yeah.
That's good. Doctor did a lot to fight against poverty.
Yeah, well, I do quite a lot, you know. I've been employed for many years.
Yes, yes.
Actually, she's a student.
Really?
Yeah.
So then she has joined you again.
She's
Yeah, because we invited you all, we didn't know that you start
It's a
connecting.
surprise.
Ah, very good. Yeah.
And from there, I try to invest in houses and renting houses.
Construct.
Also land.
Yes. You see? So,
Also saving.
yes, that's for yourself,
Approach of
but breeding others also.
that approach of one coin.
One
saving
coin. Yeah. We will come back to that. One coin.
Yeah, which I also encourage people to use.
Yeah. Very good. Thank you. Yeah. And the card?
I use the approach of getting land at a low price and then they get customer for a higher price and give it back.
Very good. It's almost very similar research. And Christian.
As I told you before, I'm an electrical engineer.
Yes.
I'm going to be. I used to do electric for installations, house, and other activities like that. And I use in soldering. I'm solder. I don't know if you understand. I used to make the windows, the doors, like that.
The windows, the doors.
Yeah, and I'm also a plumber.
Right. So if you have a time also, you can make like these doors or
Of course.
where is your workshop?
I don't have workshops, I work for others.
Others. But did you buy your own machine?
Not yet.
Not yet. Yes. If you go to the roads, you will buy some. Yeah, it's a very good job. It can feed a lot of people. Yes, sir. Yes. Where is it?
For me, it's just, I used to sell through internships.
Internship.
I work of hours, like spare hours.
Yeah.
Then it's
Okay. Yes. Yeah. Very good. Myself also, I train a lot of people. So I've been teaching a lot of people from university level to readers level to I mean my so I quite forward in that. Because if I train, for instance, 3,000 per year person, I mean in 10 years maybe it can be, for instance, 30,000. This is, I think it's a contribution for the other levels of. But I have to change the mind and contribute to other physical things, like planting food that I can eat and give to buy cows, for instance. You can milk cow, but also others can benefit from that. I realized in the paper we wrote with Dr. Buhegi, you're welcome. I realized that, in terms of, you can sit a little bit there. I realized that can you quickly introduce yourself?
Thank you. I'm Yes, I'm from the University of Rwanda, decorated for agriculture, and vegetarian university when I was on campus.
And what?
Sogo campus.
So campus. And what you do also?
I'm a student in the Faculty of Food Science and Technology.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Very good. So we are having a seminar on elimination of poverty, and we are glad that you have another person, junior in agriculture, who will join us. So you are welcome in the team. When we talk about elimination of poverty, we were on activity of eliminating poverty. For instance, what are the activities of eliminating poverty? We have started with individual level of basic needs. Food. A person who has a plot of Irish potato plant is deliberatively eliminating poverty. But a thief that comes